Hey, baby dolls. A lot of people want to know what is my guess for what comes next. Now, friends, it's a useless game. It doesn't really matter because I have one clear defined path, and that is I don't sell unless I see euphoria. That's it. I don't want to sell at a 5 out of 10, or maybe we're going to dump, or maybe things go around. I don't want to do that, okay? I learned that off Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett does not sell at fair price. He only sells when people are telling him it's basically super expensive, when he feels it is, okay? He never sells at fair value. So that's just a concept I have. Now, when it comes to this game, it's important to pay attention because my whole thesis is that people are learning each cycle, which is true, and people are coming in earlier and earlier because they want to front run the suckers coming in the future. But the whole crowd is coming in earlier and earlier, which is what we've been seeing happen in the previous, in 2016, 2020, and so on. And if we look at this chart, I have candles up the top, which is Bitcoin, and I have others index at the bottom. Now, this is where the divergence happens. Remember, others is basically real altcoins outside of top 10. Doesn't include Ethereum or stablecoins. So if you notice, what happens is as Bitcoin starts to shoot up, so does others. Okay, Bitcoin makes his higher high, others. But look what happens next. All right, Bitcoin makes a slower higher high, but others once again keep shooting up. See, it continues. They keep shooting up. But look what happens at the very, very end. Now, this is literally the end. Now, this was a fake out, friends. See right here? This was a fake out. Bitcoin slows down and makes a lower high. And if you go down, others keeps going up. But here's the thing. Sure, you don't time it perfectly, but you get to see around here. This is April 2021. Richard Hart calls the top here, by the way. Okay, he literally calls the top. So if you go back to 2021, selling in April 2021, yeah, it's a month before Elon Musk Dogecoin mania, but yeah, still did very, very well. And so if we continue, what happens at the very, very end? At the very end, Bitcoin does a lower high, but altcoin index scream higher high up here. Okay, so that's basically a divergence. So effectively, you've seen the shortcut. Bitcoin lower high, it's slowed down, complacency. Altcoins rocket. That's it. That's the end. That's the end of stocks. That's the end of everything. That's basically the speed slowed down. People are now just buying junk because they're late and they're complacent that the speed has slowed down, but they just want to get in because they like see things moving and they did not buy in the depression. They did not buy low. Okay. And then basically that's it. It's game over. You know, I want to know also what's interesting. Literally the peak here that I just showed you is right here is Elon Musk Dogecoin mania right there. So you know these things work, okay? It's also happened at the very, very top, by the way, but we did not see retail mania here in the end of 2021. We did not see that. This was only 10% of coins breaking their all-time high. The real top was also earlier, and we're now seeing altcoins start to move up earlier than they were in the previous cycle. So that kind of pretty much confirms that the real top, I guess, was that retail mania. Now, if you've noticed right now, you're probably curious, okay, today, what's happening today? Well, if you look at the orange line again, see Bitcoin made higher high. And we have made a higher high too. We are now waiting to see what happens after this. My guess, because we've had 6 green monthly candles, just a guess, is we go down, okay, we go down. Bitcoin goes down. And then altcoins go down. Now, you don't know how low they're going to go down. You go down here, you don't know here, you just don't know. They go down too, okay? But then, as Bitcoin recovers here, okay, now this is the interesting part, friends. It can make a lower high here. It can go and touch the high. I don't know, but something like this. As Bitcoin does that, others goes rocket, moonshot, boom. And that, if you squeeze back, that lands exactly at March 2022. That recovers most of the bear market pain for others. And that's basically the end, and everything goes down together. I want to remind you as well, this vertical line here, okay, this vertical line is when the US Fed is expected to cut interest rates to basically confirm that the economy is slowing down. So it's a weird type of synchronistic confluence pattern that it all kind of lines up. That's just my guess. Everything can go down, everything can go up. I don't know, but that's what I'm looking for. And if it happens, it's going to be hard for people to admit. You got to look at your portfolio. You go, oh my gosh, this is the portfolio. Now, if you don't want to participate in this, that's okay. Just historically, the one you got to really worry about is Bitcoin breaking the all-time high. Have you noticed Bitcoin's only 50K? It has not broken the all-time high. That's the big alt season. This is warm-up season. However, warm-up season is already pretty much halfway through. You're seeing AI coins go up, DeepIn go up. A lot of things already go up. Now, this is just a guess. Okay, it's not like, oh, I'm betting money on this. No. It's just that, okay, let's see what Bitcoin can do, right? Some people are saying Bitcoin's gone straight to 69K from here. So that's effectively what we're looking at. And you just have to wrestle with yourself, with your portfolio when it comes to what move you make from here. Because I still think all the altcoins, most of the altcoins are cheap, but there's going to be a point where they won't be. I think it's also important to look at, well, if others, that distance to recover 2022 for the others index, it's about 130 to 150 billion money put in. Okay, that's how much money is expected to put in if we recover. You know, for example, Richard Hart coins are 5 billion today. So if we did like a 2x, that means everything adds 5 billion. If we did a 4x, that'd be great. That means everything adds like 15 billion. Wouldn't that be juicy? That means out of the 130 billion, 15 billion went to Richard Hart coins. That's huge. It's almost like that's more than $1 in $10 coming into Richard Hart ecosystem. That's pretty much what you want. But, you know, you're like 4x, that sucks. But, you know, PulseX's day one sack is only a 2.2x from here. So a lot of these numbers, there is some things lining up. There's other things where you're just fully guessing. You don't know. If it gets to that point, we're going to have to really, really think about how you want to continue. Because, look, from the others index as well, we know this, friends. I was here in 2020, and you can see from 2024, when the Bitcoin halvening run is over, and look how far we've gone through, when it's done, there are big hangover effects. Bang. Okay, it's a big hangover effect. Also happened down here and happened down here. Okay, so hangover. So where is our hangover going to be? We don't know. We hope it starts, like, I'm just guessing, maybe from like June to December this year. Maybe that's our hangover. What does the hangover actually mean? What it means is, this is what, once again, just guessing, friends, just woo-woo fugazi. It means everything has a dip. Crash. Okay, everything dips. Could be 10%, 20, 30, 40, I don't know what it's going to be. Okay, everything has a dip, but then Bitcoin takes stage again to go and break the all-time high. That's what's happened every single time in 2016 and 2020. Now, you can use 2012. Problem is the one on altcoins. It's just 2016 and 2020. Okay, so that's the common theme. What are you going to do? So let's say we did get euphoria. If you don't want to get it wrong, and you just want to make money no matter what, you would rotate half of your profits to Bitcoin, right? On Ethereum, you use like wrapped Bitcoin, right? And the other half into stablecoins. Why? Because what if the crash doesn't happen and Bitcoin just keeps going up? Okay, that's a surprise move. At least you have half your Bitcoin. But you don't really got to worry about that scenario. You know why? Because if Bitcoin rushes up instead of dumping, okay, you will have plenty of time to buy altcoins. Plenty of time. It's very unlikely you're going to see euphoria, but then Bitcoin stalls. There's euphoria signs, and then Bitcoin goes to 69K and altcoins go up again. If that happens, that's like even more end game. But you know, but there's still a chance you can do that. So if you have Bitcoin and stable coins, half and half, you can't go wrong. If there is a crash, you deploy your stable coins to get the rest of Bitcoin. That's basically what's happened every single time. Okay, now, is this time going to be different? I don't know. People are saying it will be different. This time is different. That's where I'm just telling you, like, this is what happened before. Okay, that's why, friends, I am super skeptical of this. I'm like, hey, any second this can break. Any second this can break. Don't know. Interest rates, yield curve, presidential election, all of these. I just want you to know the charts, though. The prices are all summarized in the charts. The wisdom of the crowd. It's all in the chart. This is exactly what we're waiting for. And look, so far, where we are today, if you use 2016, alt season's already over. If you use 2020, alt season actually finishes in June. So it could be over now, or it could go up and then be over. That's why I'm not risking it personally. Like imagine you get out here and then maybe there's a 10% dip, you don't buy back in, and then we actually scream up like higher and you can't get back in. That's why I'm not taking that risk. Just looking for those signs of euphoria. So a lot of people, you also might be like confused, like, wait a minute, I thought we were holding to the end of December 2025. Yes, friends, these are fail-safe holding measures. If you can't read anything, that's the fail-safe. It goes, well, it's all random. I don't know what's going on. World War IV started. I got no idea. You hold to that. That's what it's there for. But these things, I'm soaking them in right now. And you are too. You can see them, right? You can see them. Bitcoin has had 6 green monthly candles. Altcoins are starting to move up. You're starting to see people get more of a fever for, there's AI coins deep in, there's ERC 404, there's these other alt season narratives appearing, friends. Solana had a season. Okay, so you're seeing it now appear. I'm just helping you read what's actually going on around you. So holding for as long as possible, of course, it's the best thing. But when the signs are this clear, we can't ignore it. Well, you can. I'm not. Personally, I'm not. Because look how deep that round trip was of last bear market for everyone. Look how deep and long it was. People are still feeling the pain today. So that's the cost of missing out. Now, it depends how high the crash goes. Here's the thing. Someone asked me, what if alt season's over now? And I said, okay, I don't really care at all. You know why? Because I personally don't feel the level of happiness we got was enough to give us a scary dump, right? It's enough to piss us off 20%, 30%, but not to give us like a 50, 60% like, oh man, we need to reverse straight away. I don't think we did not get enough new weekends in to do that. We didn't. It's still everybody in most of the crowd, in most altcoins, many of them. Okay. Once again, this is subjective, which means I'm kind of guessing, feeling. Friends, this thing's a moving target. You know what I mean? Like you're listening to the guy with the fluffiest slippers in the southern and northern hemisphere. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get a perfect formula. You can't be an engineer and do this. So like engineers and scientists and maths dudes, they suck at markets. They suck. Okay. They can't see the moving target. We can. Now, all we got to do from here is HODL. You've seen all of it, but that's basically where we're getting at next. We're waiting for this. Now, I'm just preparing you for it because if I click sell, you're just going to know, all right, Sami's clicking sell with part of his portfolio, not because he's bearish on crypto forever, but just because it's too heated for the year, the warm-up alt season year. That's why I would be clicking sell, but we're nowhere near that yet. Okay, so I always have to baby people around here and there, but that's okay. That's okay. I completely get it. But you're going to have to decide what's a perfect ratio for you. I think just personally, if you sold 10%, you can't hurt yourself. You know what I mean? If you went to every coin, sold 10% in euphoria, what we consider as like a mid-cycle warm-up or season euphoria. Why? It's because that 10% you put on the side, and I'll be telling you, okay, look, only buy blood in that. Only buy blood. Don't buy dips. Don't buy like, oh, this little retracement. No. Like, only buy end of year blood. That's it. September, October, November, like when like I'll be making you like big videos. If that happens, right? There's always a hangover. There's always like a post-halvening run type of hangover. Happens every single year. But it's basically just retracements, man. Like for us to get to the bull market, there's got to be just like big waves along the way. Like, you know, the first people come in and then there's a dump there and the next people. So it's all on track. It's just that when you're living in the moment, you have no idea what's going on. But you do know exactly what's going on, actually. You and I are still friends. That's the most important thing. Like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.